Hello, everyone. It is Wednesday, the 29th of October, our last Wednesday in October. How are you? And you, but especially you. Yes, how are you doing tonight? Tell me about it. That is what I want to know. I want to know that. I want to know that, people. Where's my office settings here? I feel like I'm moving stuff all about. I'm doing the hokey pokey and I'm moving all about. That's what it's all about. All my things are out of alignment. It's been that kind of week. I think my chakras need to be realigned. Is what I feel like I need this week. Is it my chakras out of alignment? I'm not sure what it is. Something's out of alignment. It has been like yesterday I was like, it is only Tuesday. It is only Tuesday is what I was saying yesterday. I was just like, woohoo, woohoo. It is really, it's only Tuesday. It has been a busy week. How are you doing? What are you all grateful for this week? I am so grateful to be here with you live. I am. Boom, boom, boom. Let's get that other screen going here. Can't get to all my stuff up there. And oops, hang on a second here. Let's refresh that part. And there we go. Oh, I've talked to so many of you this week. I've had so many meetings. It has been that part has been good. That part is has been really good. I've really enjoyed catching up with so many of you this week. It has been that part has been a real highlight to my week. Catching up with you all. If I go that way, does that fix that? There we go. That has been a real highlight to my week. It's been and made it really special. Sure, Facebook's working right with me tonight. You know, sometimes it's just my screens here are not giving me all my stuff. But that is okay. I am still here. Let's get started with our unique daily quotes. Our unique daily quotes is where we start tonight. Where's my glasses? All right. Our unique daily quotes tonight. Our opening quote tonight is fulfillment is the art of balancing ambition with gratitude and realizing that happiness is found in the harmony between the two. Ooh, needed that tonight. Fulfillment is the art of balancing ambition with gratitude and really realizing that happiness is found in the harmony between the two. Hey, Dodie, how are you? How are things in Texas tonight? I hope all is well with you in Texas as we are racing to the end of October here. I can't believe we are making a mad dash. When I see you guys again, I will be saying it is Sunday, is what I will be saying. I can't believe I will be doing that. I mean, it is, well, yes, when I see you on Sunday, I'll be saying it is Sunday. See, that's how my mind is working tonight. That is how well my mind is working tonight. But I will be saying it is November already. It is November as we make the dash for the end of the year here and the sprint to the end. It is a great sprint that we will be making. I wanted to talk a little bit. Yeah, it has been in certain areas of the country, Dodie. And so in your area, you've got a couple of things against you. Especially this month. It will end, but you have a couple of things against you. You've had a warmer than normal fall, which isn't, unseasonable warmth or unseasonable cold isn't good. Unseasonable anything is never good for business. And it's why I don't worry about a period. I don't worry about a specific week, day, month. I worry about the quarter, okay, because it usually averages out over the quarter, okay. But I also, in your unique situation in Wichita Falls, you still have the air base there, right? And so you have a high military population. If my mind is serving me correct, and you still have the air base, you have that and the government shutdown. So the government shutdown part of all of the economy is real, and it is affecting people. It's also affecting people that you wouldn't normally expect. And what I'm talking about that is SNAP benefits. Most people, you don't know your neighbors that are affected by SNAP and that get and have food insecurity and are getting a little bit of help with their groceries. It may only be a couple $100s a month, but that couple $100 is a game changer. And with the government shutdown unlikely to be resolved by Saturday, that has a huge economic effect on areas because people are hoarding cash because they need to replace that couple $100s in their budget. With that, so that will resolve itself when the government gets out of their way. Current bets are from my folks in DC of the middle of November, which is really wrong on so many levels, having flown a bunch lately. It is just wrong, and the TSA is feeling, all these people are feeling it. Even when I was going through government buildings last week, the ATMs in the buildings are like, click here for you can get a $5,000 90-day loan. $5,000 sounds like a lot, except for it really doesn't go that far, and you got to pay it back. And there's interest on it after the 90 days. So many people get caught in a cycle with that. They borrow the $5,000 or the $10,000 or whatever it is, and they get in a cycle. So it is, the stress it puts on families that are affected by this is just artificially dumb. I have no problems telling anyone in government that. It's a thing. In the meantime, especially in an area like yours, Dodie, and we have a lot of people that have businesses in military areas. We have a lot of people in the DC, Virginia, Maryland area and different things that tune in. And so even with those areas, that have the whole trickle down effect for it, one of the things you do is keep on having events or other things that create excitement about your store. You just want your store to be top of mind. Even if they're not going to spend big money with you right now, doing fun things, having a trick or treat event at your store, having a First Friday event, having a Pink Friday in November, doing different things in your community to keep you top of mind helps with that. It's not perfect, especially when there's this artificial economic thing, but doing those kinds of things does help. And so I definitely encourage you to do that. Absolutely encourage you to do it. I did want to talk a little bit more about the penny tonight, because that is, if it hasn't been real in your area, it is coming real, and it is disappearing. Our pennies are disappearing from circulation. And so you won't be able to get rolls of pennies from your bank soon if that problem hasn't already happened to you. That doesn't mean you won't have customers bringing in pennies. Giant Eagle supermarkets, as an example, are having a thing on Saturday where they're up to $100. They're doubling your pennies. So I mean, that's a good deal. Bring us $100 in pennies, and we'll give you $200. Any amount of pennies, minimum of 50. I love that deal, just so that they have more pennies to put in their own circulation. I am not suggesting you do that. Um, I got some really great news today from some of the major software companies that a fix is forthcoming to allow for rounding. Now, I am working with the National Retail Federation, and they're working on hopefully getting a chart of what you're required, because under certain state laws, how you round really matters. Okay, if you're allowed to round at all, depending on the state, it really matters, because of accurate pricing laws. Okay, in most states, but not all, you're okay if it. So for the most part, you have to think about the change, not about what you're charging people. Okay, what are you giving in change if they paid in cash? And if you give them more, in most states, you're okay. So if you round up the change, if you owe them $1.37 and you give them $1.40, you're okay. And it's not a problem. If you're owed, if you if they're owed $1.37 and you give them $1.35 and you round down, in some states you could actually be in trouble for that and susceptible to drive-by lawsuits. So I'm working on trying to get a list of that, but most states you're okay if you round up. Overwhelmingly, you're okay if you round the change up. You can't round what you charge them up. Okay, because that also gets into truth in pricing laws. And you could be in violation even for rounding prices down, but change, giving them more back, you're okay with. These are interesting times with this, because nobody thought all this stuff out when they decided to stop producing pennies. So shocking. The government did not think this out. Shocking. Shocking. They did not think it all out. But that is going to work its way through. I will keep you posted on it. But the nice thing is there is an update coming to most of the software programs. I saw the Liberty update today for it. I saw what that is going to look like, and they did a really slick job to be able to handle it for both cash payouts and for change, and to allow for any variation of rounding. They allowed for 3 different scenarios, and they did a really great job with the design of it to make it seamless for your cashiers. So really good stuff. Just and I will update you with more as I know, but it's a thing I'm getting every day now. So everybody's like, I can't get any more pennies. What do I do? So that's why I got to keep on talking about it, because it is a thing. I had an interesting stat that I had today that I thought was really interesting. Okay, I was listening to a panel with Daymond John from Shark Tank and Mr. Wonderful from Shark Tank. We're being interviewed today, and this was a live private group interview. And one of the things that they said that was very interesting was that most of the sharks are dyslexic. Like 8 out of 12 of the main sharks that you've seen over the years on Shark Tank are dyslexic. And that was just an interesting stat, so overcoming barriers. What barriers do you overcome? And if in your reading you're dyslexic, that is a huge barrier. It is something that they have worked, and Daymond talked about it and how much he reads and rereads the same thing. And I talk about it a lot too from consuming the same content, not from being dyslexic, but not but from the perspective of don't binge content, don't binge a business book. And and what I really want you to do is gain the concept so that you can apply it. And so I'd rather you read the same business book 5 times than read 5 business books. If that makes sense to you, because I want you to consume it and I want you to be able to apply it. And there's lots of great ideas, but most ideas end out in a corner. And I mean, that's kind of why I have a job, is to help guide people to their goals, working on their goals so their ideas don't sit on a shelf. So those are amazing things, and that I just found that as an interesting stat. The other thing that I want to challenge you on, and maybe we'll talk more about it on Sunday, is that the idea of entrepreneurism and people telling you you can't accomplish something. The idea of entrepreneurship and the idea that you can't accomplish something. And so often as entrepreneurs, somebody telling you you can't is actually the ignition, the fuel on your fire to say, I'm going to make that happen. When somebody says, oh, that can't be done, or nobody's ever done that, or I've never been to a store that did that was able to make that work, that tends to be a drive, an ignition, a lighting, a spark that gets people going and really ignites the passion to make things happen. So I stick that in the back of your head as an idea, as a passion project, not even a passion project, as an ignition to your own flame. What has somebody told you that you can't do, that you can't accomplish, that you're like, heck yeah, I can. Heck yeah, I can. Who are you? Heck yeah, I can get that done. Being told you can't is a tremendous driver to accomplishing what you can. So I wanted to leave you with that note tonight and stick that in the back of your head. You know what? What else I want to stick in the back of your head? This video and everything I talk about, goes over to the YouTube channel. You're not alone running the store, where you can like, comment, subscribe, and oh yes, ring the bell. Ring it so you know when another one drops. You can also share it with everybody you know in business, the butcher, the baker, the candlestick maker, so we can help everybody run a better business. I am here every Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish. Sunday and Wednesday at More 8 Than Ish. But if you have a question in between, just email me. Neil, Neil, at nextlevelresale.com. Neil at nextlevelresale.com. Yeah. I love that, Dodie. Yes, you can 23 years later. Yes, you can. And yes, you did. And yes, you do. Go get them. I love that. I love that. We start the program every night with our unique daily quotes. I read you our opening, but I'm going to read it again because I really liked the opening quote and looking forward to the closing one. But our fulfillment is the art of balancing ambition with gratitude and realizing that happiness is found in the harmony between the two. Our closing quote tonight is, I firmly believe that any man's finest hour, the greatest fulfillment of all that he holds dear, is that moment when he has worked his heart out in a good cause and lies exhausted on the field of battle, victorious. Ooh, that's a Vince Lombardi quote there. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Neil Abramson. I do like a good party, a wedding, a bar mitzvah even. We will party again. We will party in person. Halloween night is always a good night for a party. Don't get too scary out there. But until then, and until Sunday night at More 8 Than Ish, know that you, but most importantly you, yes, you're not alone running the store. Have a great night, everybody. I'll see you on Sunday.